want to use that. Okay, there we go. So, and I now need to check whether you can hear me. I'm presuming you can. Oops. The joys of live streaming. Okay, good afternoon. Like I say, I hope you can hear me. Whoever's watching, we can just say yes, we can hear you or not. I'd be grateful. And if the aircraft is too loud, I can turn that down a bit as well. Let's see. Desktop audio. Turn that down a bit, and you should still hear me. Right, I think we're getting there. Like I say, the joys of live streaming. Right, so we're in the A320 from Toliss. Let's have a look outside. Get outside there, yep. And we're at Cardiff. As you can see, it's a nice bright day. External sounds are not too loud, but then again, there's nothing happening. I suppose if we turned on XP Realistic, we might have more sounds. But let's have a look at plugins. So, for those of you who have not seen this, it's changed slightly now. So what they've done, they've changed the ISCS system to a different colour. Looks a bit nicer actually. So it's the usual thing: situation aircraft, loading, performance, ground services, fault scenarios, sound add-on accounts, joystick actions, general settings. So here you can load different situations. You can also set it up to auto save, so it auto saves every 5 minutes at the moment. Aircraft configuration, engine type auto, has bus switches. I've turned that off. Use imperial units. No, it should be kilograms. SATCOM antenna I'm not too bothered about. FCS e-rudder config, I've got that on auto anyway. Multifunctional runway lighting, that's on auto. I've adjusted the performance adjustments of the aircraft because I don't want failures happening. So loading performance here. So we've got you can set things up here. So like I've got 107 passengers on cargo. So this would be my settings. I can enter these values onto the init B page. So I'll just apply that. And quick refuel. I haven't got a flight plan active yet, so we can't sort that out. Ground services, external powers on, shocks are on. We've got to turn those off at some point, so let's not forget that. High pressure air, we'll put that on. Won't bother about low pressure. Here's your pushback stuff, but I use better pushback. And de-icing, you can de-ice your aircraft, and so there's quick de-icing and there's animated de-icing. I'm not going to show you that. Okay, I will show you. So we'll have animated de-icing, and we'll go external just so you can see that. So here's the de-icing truck, and the other one unfortunately comes out of the building. You wouldn't de-ice until you was on a de-icing station normally, and you can see spraying on the de-icing solution. I think it takes about 30 minutes. If you leave it running, it's about 30 minutes in total for the whole of the de-icing process. I'm assuming that they move from the wings to other parts of the aircraft as well. I haven't actually watched it all the way through, but there's your de-icing animation. Okay, so we can turn that off. Also, we can pop this out, so I can pop that out and put it onto another screen, which I have done, so I just moved it over there to a different screen. But obviously I need to show you this, so click on the animated, de-icing effective for 30 minutes, right? So if you're in cold conditions, sorry, I misread that. If you're in cold conditions, freezing conditions, the solution would only work for 30 minutes. So you want to de-ice and then hopefully be taxiing away, or at a de-icing location and then taxi away. Okay. Fault scenarios, you can have you can enable random faults. I have them turned off, so you know, flight time. In fact, you can have them set for like 1,000 flights before you have any random fault, but I have them set for off anyway. Sound and add-on. So we got master volume, internal and external. You can probably hear the external now a little bit. There we are, I turned it up, but yeah, that's the default. 3D sound fading. So like if an aircraft, you know, if you was taxiing past, making a video and you were taxiing past your camera, you'd hear the fade. But if you turn them on, you don't hear the flaps or the PTU if you're in the cockpit. So save those settings. I need to put my account ID in there and I can't remember it, so I'm going to have a quick look over here, see if I can find it, and I'll put it in. Got to log in. I think it's under account settings if I recall. Of course, SimBrief has changed an awful lot. It all looks different now. I'm still looking for my ID. I've found it in the past, but it's not the profile. Devices. It's not the subscription. Dear, where have we moved that to now? They've moved it somewhere. It's right, I found it. Finally found it. So I just I'll put that in. Unfortunately, I wonder what it's linked to, because if I move this over, you'll be able to see it then. Okay, how can I do this? I can't even blur it out. Okay, I put it in, and so you can't see it. And when you put your ID in, it opens up this area here, so you can ignore aircraft type mismatch. Set payload and fuel to SimBrief, yes. Always use SimBrief wins, yes. If you've got a Hoppy account, you can have CPDLC, and you all you have to do is put your Hoppy CPDLC login into there, your logon code, click recheck your ID, and then therefore what you'll be able to do is get CPDLC in your aircraft, so download flight plans, and also ATC will be able to give you briefings via CPDLC rather than using VATSIM voice. They'll do it all through text messaging, and I believe you get printouts in the 320, the same as the 340. Okay, so that's that. Joystick actions, it's a little bit complex, but depending on what kind of joystick you've got, I've got the Thrustmaster Airbus system, which enables me to set my detents as well, so you can see that everything is in the right place in accordance with my Thrustmaster joystick and reverse thrust. Okay, and what you do is you move your physical joystick to the idle position there, and then you move these buttons so that you get it in the right position. Yeah. So CL detent there. Let me zoom in on that. CL detent, flex, and then yoga. So those are all the detents on my physical joystick in the right place. Very smart indeed. Let's just open this up again down here at the bottom. So that's your joystick settings, and once you've set that, you don't really need to mess around with that. Everything will be fine. You do need to make sure that you click tiller assigned, and also reverse on same axis. You need to turn that on there, right? So that when you go into reverse there, that everything works. Okay. Now with the brakes, you can allow a brake on one pedal. Yeah, I don't. I use both. And you can use smart park brake. Now smart park brake would mean that you would have to put your feet on the pedals to release hydraulic pressure when you turn the lever, when you turn the park brake. Yeah. Okay, I think that's about right. So going back to SimBrief now. Let's have a look at my viewed saved flight plans. We'll load. I think we'll load this. Right. Use current time. Yes. So this is Cardiff to Chambray. Aircraft type, just need to change that to A320. A320-251N for Neo. Okay. It's saying X-1 Bravo. I'm not quite sure. Well, yeah, X-1 Bravo off runway 30. There's always been a thing about whether you can use the X1 Bravo departure because of M140, Mike 140 airway, but some controllers get a bit up antsy about it in the UK. Most of them don't really bother. Okay, so that is about right. So I need to generate the flight plan, so generate that. And then hopefully I'll be able to put that straight into the EFB, into the MCDU, he says, with any luck, if everything's working as it's supposed to. But just in case, I will download the flight plan anyway, just to be sure. So I've downloaded the flight plan, and I will put it in Explain 12's folder. Output, FMS plans, grab that, yeah, replace the file in destination, right, so, okay, so now, it's initial, so it's EGFF/LFLB LFLB01. Don't know whether I'll need that. Oops. Put it over there. Nope. Over there's the flight plan. Insert. Yep. I'll just sort this out and then we'll have a look around the aircraft. Okay. Try and figure out what flight level it gave me. 35,000 feet. 350. And it gave me a cost index of 25. Okay. Right, we'll leave that for the time being. Perf. So zero fuel weight is where the so block fuel is 5.2 and zero fuel weight. Where's that gone now? There we go. So we go to Toliss open ICS. So block fuel was 6.5, didn't I? Was it 6.5 or 5.2? Okay. Zero fuel weight CG is so 059.6, 59.6. 30.5 slash 30 clear 30.5. Always a difference between Simbreed from what Toliss is saying, always, but so I'm more likely to go by these settings. Okay, so flight plan, EGF, departure 30 X11 alpha departure. Now when we bring this up, I can select my V speeds. So I'll put this over here so it doesn't disappear from view again. So my V speeds are 136, 142 and 144. Okay. Oh. Runway 30, flex temp is 73. Flaps are 1 up 0 1. 1 slash up 0.1. Okay, that looks about right now. There we can see our route. Everything's done there. Alright, we'll have a look outside the aircraft now. So shift 2. So here we are. You can see modelling is superb, as we'd expect. This is pre-release, by the way, so things could change between now and release, and I'm not quite sure when it is due for release. This is beta, but it's very good. Just checking the doors are closed. They are. So I think we can call for pushback. What do you reckon? Having done all that, let's just bring this over here now. Come on, close. And call for pushback. Also, we've got on the tab, we've got weight and balance here. Yeah. So you get all your stuff on here as well. Yeah. Take off performance. Compute that. And what it does, it brings you all your information in here as well. So you can get all your data from here, having done your weight and balance. So your data there, you can put it in, and then when you compute it, it'll give you your config, flex, v-speeds, etc. So there's several different ways of doing it. But not only that, then it shows you your minimum and maximum distances. That's your stop margin for runway 30 at Cardiff. So if it was an aborted takeoff, it would have to be by here, and that's my V1 maximum speed, maximum distance, which is a long way down the runway. Okay, let's set this. It's going to be 5,000 on this departure. And let's call for pushback. It's a long way back, that, isn't it? So I think I'm going to delete that, and we'll just push to here and then sort ourselves out.
Ground to cockpit. Plan acknowledged. Call me through the menu when you're ready.
I think I'm ready, so might as well.
Ground to cockpit. Tow is driving up.
I've got to remove the chocks. My chocks are removed.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
Just to check, we did start the APU. Once again, all windows, you can pull them all out. Unfortunately, you can't have them all on the screen at the same time. So I'm pretty sure they'll... Oh yeah, you can. But as soon as you touch one, it'll disappear. So you've got to be...
Tow connected and bypass pin
careful.
inserted. Release parking brake.
Right, remember what I said about the parking brake? So, hang on, let me get my pedals. You've got to push the parking brake in, release, and then release.
Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
So starting engine 1. There you see it. So the internal texturing on this is really good. They've upped the ante a little bit with texturing. It's a lot better. Engine 1 stabilising. Turn the APU bleed off in a moment.
operation complete. Set parking brake. Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
That's engine 2. You might just be able to hear the P2U. Put the APU back on. There we are.
Tolis disconnected. A bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal on the left. We'll see you next time and have a safe flight.
There's the hand signal. Just wait for engine 2 to stabilise. There we are, switch over and stabilised. Oops, there we go, that's what I wanted. Okay, release brake. We'll start. Okay, so AM, what are my initial impressions? The same as any other Toliss aircraft, excellent. One thing I have noticed is that this seems to be optimised a lot better in terms of frame rates, a lot better FPS. As I say, it's still in beta, so it's not fully optimised. Like a couple of little glitches I noticed the other day. I was departing Cardiff in heavy rain, so I had the wipers on, and there was a strange artifact on the wiper. I've reported that, and yesterday I did the same flight, same departure, and crashed a desktop. But I think that's because I was trying to open the FMC and loads of different pop-out windows as well, so it may just have got slightly overloaded. But it's like any other Toliss aircraft, absolutely superb. Can't fault it in one bit. And they've done lots of extra things with this. I think the main thing for me, certainly internally, is the graphics. The internal graphics have been ramped up considerably. So we'll just get down here to the end and we'll do our flight control checks. Cabin check, ding the cabin. It does move quite quickly on taxis, so you do need to keep your eye on that. My throttles are idle at the moment, so once you get rolling, it does move, believe me. If you've got any other questions, then just type them in there, and hopefully I'll see them. Well, I will see them. But my overall initial impression is brilliant. Got to give a shout out to Toliss for letting me have this pre-release copy for review, and also for testing. Let's just turn on takeoff lights. Spoilers around, flaps to take off. Takeoff config, there we go. And let's start rolling. The sound pack on this is really nice, a lot better than the original sound packs for the 319 and 321, but they've been updated anyway. So you've got full F-mod sound packs, absolutely brilliant. Whoops. On the sensor line, here we go. Whoops. The speed indicators are live. Start the clock. V1. Rotate. Positive rate. Gear up. Thrust climb. Sometimes it flies out of the fly-by-wire. Go into autopilot now, which is perfect. We'll hit constraints. I think the jet wash at the end needs tweaking a little bit. But normally, in the past, that would come up a lot quicker. When you click on the pop out, it would come on a lot quicker. So maybe that needs a little bit of tweaking, but you know, it's not a deal breaker. You can see that I mean, it's bigger. Yeah, not much bigger, but right there. Got all your information and data on there. I've got constraints on So we're hitting the constraints 3,500 feet now, just a little bit above that, but we are flying to 5,000 feet on the SID, which is all the way to Exmoor, across the Bristol Channel. X-Plane 12 has had some recent updates. Let's go inside, it's a little bit quieter. X-Plane 12 has had some recent updates whereby turbulence, wake turbulence has a massive effect. So you won't be departing in a Cessna behind a 747. If you do, you get thrown all over the place. And I've tested that out, and it does. It's absolutely amazing. So 4 minutes into the flight, what would do, I think, I'm going to go to 150. So we take the constraints off, push the button in, and expedite that climb. But we're going to climb to 150. Turn the external sound down a bit, and there we are, a bit quieter. Oops, I forgot to turn my transponder on. Okay, so we're now at ident. Turn off the seatbelt signs as well, they can walk around. Turn the wing lights off, and there we go. QNH is reached, so we'll go standard. Beautiful, absolutely stunning. X-Plane 12 clouds looking a bit better. I haven't got real world weather on, but shall we put that on? Yeah, let's go real world. Apply changes. So take a moment. Oh, there we go. Yeah, weather's pretty grim actually. Ooh, what's happened here? Oh dear. Now, there is a way around this and I can't remember what it is. Well, that's brought them back. See what happens. Ah, there we are. You can see the clouds are a lot better now. They've updated them again. There are a couple of tweaks out there. I've got one of them here, which is underfly with lure. So cloud control. I'm not sure whether I like this, but we'll have a look. So load preset 1, change the clouds a bit. Load preset 2. You can mess around with them as well, however you want. I don't particularly like them, so just leave it on normal. You know, I don't see anything wrong with the X-plane clouds, so just leave them like that. Back inside the cockpit. So then we'll continue up to 350, might as well. So here you can see I've put in 350, we're climbing at, should be climbing at something like 2,000 feet per minute. We're slightly above the vertical navigation, not much, but I know 3,000 feet per minute, nice climb rate. We're in the profile there, so brilliant. Tracking slightly off, so that would say there's a bit of a crosswind, so let's have a look. Yeah, a little bit of a wind pushing the tail, trying to push the tail around. A tailwind, sorry, should I say. Ground speed 411 indicated. Which ain't bad at all. Going through some rough weather now. Now, the rattling you can hear, that is XP realistic, so if I disable that, it takes that off. So that was just XP realistic doing its thing. So obviously going through some wind. There we are, we've come out of the rough weather. And I've just put the weather on, you can see it's just rain all around in cloud. Hopefully we'll get above it soon. It's pretty thick. Too many questions. Okay, Damon. Looks as though we're coming out of the cloud at the moment. Just ask one question, Damon. One at a time, you don't have to ask them all. I'll try and answer them. I suppose the main question is am I going to do the whole flight and the landing? I probably think I will. What I do want is to check. Excuse me. Okay, destination, let's have a look. So this is our flight today, there's the aircraft, where I am at the moment. I'm going to Chambray, down here. Now let's have a look at our arrival. I'm on an arrival into runway 18. It's going to be I think it's going to be a me back. Let's have a look. So they've come in at Colo. So they've won Papa. Yeah, I think that's going to be the one. Okay, let's have a look. Go on. This is what happened the other day. I thought it was going to crash then. See if I can do it like this. Put this over here. And then bring this up. Here we go. So, we're going to come in this way. So, Adebu, Ogulu, Mokip, Milper, Salev, Pino, Colo, and then straight down to the runway. If it's a missed approach, or if I have to go around, I'll go to D195 Bravo, then D175 Charlie, back over the top of the runway to Charlie Yankee 07 and then out to, oops, then out to Kenzo, go over Peru, and then vector back to Colo. Alright, but it won't be. There we go, we're just at Hazel. So we're still in the UK. There's something here, not responding. Oh no! No! Don't you? Yep. Couple of dodgy moments there. I did not like that, but saved it. You just purchased 319. Our procedures for the 320 generally similar. Yes, everything's the same. That's the beauty of an Airbus. You can fly almost any of them and they're all the same, apart from the A350, which is slightly different procedurally. But the 319, the 321, the 320, even the A340, they're all the same. So you could get in any one of them and the procedure's the same. We're finally out of the cloud. Yeah, a lot of cloud today. Right, I'm just going to go get myself a cup of coffee. I'll be back. I shall leave you with this view. Small building, what you from private. Oh dear. Ah. Oh look what's happened. Go away for a cup of coffee, come back. Not forgetting of course, this is beta, so some changes to be made. Okay, Damon, there's nothing extra here. Alright, everything you see is what you get. XP Realistic is a plugin. I'll disable it. There you are. XP Realistic is a plugin which adds some extra features to all aircraft around sound and effects and such like, so ignore that. So what you see here with the aircraft is what you get. And you're in Vancouver, so what, it's got to be midday with you, something like that. I'm not quite sure of the time zones in Canada, but I should imagine, yeah, you're probably 5-6 hours behind us in the UK. I got a coffee, I'm happy. I wonder if I could pull up the manual. You see, I've got the 346, 321, 319 and the 320. I've also got the A350, A330, 300, that's from I&I, the Flight Factor A320, that's 767. What was I doing? I was looking for the manual, wasn't I? Okay, so there's the aircraft manual, and as you can see, what is it? 59 pages. So, and it takes you through everything. What was you asking? Okay, there was something I wanted to talk about. And I can't find it. It's not. It is in here. Without just a standard manual, so simulation manual. A few more pages. So there's talk of the ACARS function, which I didn't really mention. I've done ACARS and CPDLC in one of my other videos, the A340, I think. But so basically, ACARS function is fully integrated into the FMCG GS and has 3 functions. So you can download your Simbrief flight plans into the active or secondary flight plan. I didn't do it this way, I did it another way. But you can download flight plans directly from Simbrief using the ACARS function, so that's in the manual. And this is, I think this is in the A319 as well. You can also hang on, apart from ACARS, you can have the data upload, take off performance data uplink. You get a wind data uplink, so you can get the wind for your whole flight plan. Then there's CPDLC, which is mean, it's only really useful if you're flying online in VATSIM or IVAO. I fly on VATSIM, so I would use this, but it's really useful. The ATC can send you direct messaging rather than voice communication. Really good if you're on a really busy an event, say, you know, like across the pond or something like that. So it's all in the manual. As I say, it's the same in the A319 as well that you've just purchased. I thought I cleared the weather. Let's clear the weather. Ooh, bit of a glitch there. Graphical glitch as we leave the coast of the UK. That'll sort itself out. So we're over the English Channel, heading towards France, French coast there. Pull up the map. So yeah, there's the English coast there. There's our flight plan from Sam Mid, and then we're going to carry on down this way. So yeah, everything's going smoothly, no problems so far. Couple of little glitches where I think things get overloaded, but as I say, it is in beta, so still work to be done, possibly around optimization as well. Yeah, one thing I will say, Damon, is look at your manual. People forget that there are detailed manuals with all of these aircraft. Hang on a minute. So, X-Plane 12 aircraft. You've just bought the A319 manuals. There you go. So manuals for the A319. Let's just have a quick look at this sim manual. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. So you've got the ACARS function there for the A319 as well. ACARS function for the A319. So you can download flight plans straight from SimBrief into the aircraft. So you get all the usual stuff, wind data, exactly the same as I just showed you. Okay, wind data uplink there, then CPDLC as well. Everything's the same in the 319. See there? Can't zoom in on that, but it says it quite clearly. A319 manual. All right. Hope that's helpful. You probably. Oh, here we go again. Notice all the scratches on the tablet there. That's clever. Right, let's get this back. It's obviously a bug of some sort. No, I don't know why to do that. Don't want to do that. I shall have to write that bug. It's definitely a bug. Need to make a note of that. Send them an email. Find a pen. I'm going to have to see if I can replicate that and take a screenshot. There's a bug. So let's try this. I bet it won't work this time. that tone then was because I changed the weather and the aircraft came off autopilot. Just put it back on. I knew I wouldn't be able to replicate this. Oh. Beginning of summer or spring daylight saving times. Yeah, we still have that here. Silly. Keep changing the clock, spring and autumn. There's a few other people watching. If you've got any questions on the A320, let me know. We're flying down to Chambray in France. Still got a ways to go yet. Flight in total, I think it was something like an hour and 22 minutes.
Added camera 1 to category 2.
Right, let's see. Set up a view here. No, I don't want that one. So here we are in the cabin.
Camera saved. Added camera 2 to category 2. Camera saved. Added camera 3 to category 2. Camera saved. Camera saved.
So you can see me here messing with X camera. The X camera is an add-on. Right? It enables me to create all sorts of views, as you can see. The amazing thing about X camera is it's the only program I know whereby you can get it and pay what you can afford for a license, right? There's a free cut down version of it, which is more than adequate for anybody. But then if you pay for it, get a license key, you get a whole load of other stuff, which is really advanced, which enables you to do really cinematic stuff. Great if you make videos, or a reviewer like me, fabulous. So let's see, if I go here and then add to
Added
end,
camera 1 to category 3.
let's call this rotate 1. I've got to remember how to do this.
Camera saved.
I can never remember how to do this.
Added camera 2 to camera saved. Added camera 3 to camera saved. Added camera 4 to camera saved. Added camera 5 to category rotate 1. Camera saved. Added camera 6 to category rotate 1. Camera saved. Camera saved.
I've done full tutorials on FMCs here on my channel. So if you look in the video section, Damon, you'll find full tutorials. In fact, Let me see if I can find a link easily for you. So I've got playlists. Right, here we go. So this is the playlist for the A321, but it's the same as the 319. Okay, so that's a full playlist for the 321, and you can apply that to the 319. It's exactly the same. And I have done videos on FMC somewhere. Let me have a look. This one is for the A320 as well. I think they're the same.
Camera saved.
That's wrong. I'm gonna have to go through the manual on this, figure out how to do.
Camera saved.
You can see in the old version of this, you just used to click on circle views, set up a couple of parameters, and that was it. But
Added camera 7 to category cockpit. Added camera 7 to category cockpit.
It's all going wrong here.
Cameras saved. Cameras saved. Cameras saved.
Strange.
Cameras saved. Cameras saved.
Right, let's label these up.
Cameras saved.
Right, there we go. So, what does it say? 1 hour what? 1 hour 22. So let's have a look at our sim brief. Just checking the weather for so the wind is variable at 3 knots, which is 00/03. So that's good. Temperature is 11 degrees, so still a bit chilly. QNH is a 1017. I'm going to do full. So we've got the asterisk by there, so that means we get a full landing, and we need to check our charts. The charts for approach, ILS 018, decision will be excuse me. That's a decision. Eleven 2A. Alright, 11 2A. So what's my approach speed going to be? 45, we'll say. 141 to 150, so so decision height is going to be 2,300, which is pretty high. The 4% climb out is going to be 1,570. I don't think I can get that high. Oh yeah, I can. Okay. I think that's it. Okie dokie. That's all set. Alright, top of descent is there. 236 needs to be. So I'm descending. Descended to 236 by Mokip. Oh, a bit early. I shouldn't have started till there, but it don't matter. We're coming in on our approach. Should be all fun and games. So where's the aircraft? There I am on the chart. So we'll be coming down here to Mokip, then Milpa, then Salev, and then Colo. I could take out Salev and go from Milpa to Colo, but we'll do it this way instead, and then in to the runway down here. Yeah. So I'll come in from Salev to Colo and down. Really like so 6,500 at Colo, and then 5,000 there. Steep descent. You just got to trust your plane on this one. Where the heck are we? Well, that's where we are. There's either a lot of cloud under us, or for some reason the scenery hasn't loaded. But we're definitely not over the sea. So it looks to me like a tile hasn't loaded for some reason, or it's thin cloud. Oh, really glitching today. We'll see. Don't want to do any of this because it'll mess up stuff. We just hope the scenery comes in, as it should. You know, you should be able to see stuff. We just have to wait and see when we get lower. I've got a way to go before I get to Mokip. I started my descent too early. We'll hold it this flight level for quite a while. So after Mokip, it'll be Milpa and down to flight level 130. So plenty of time. See, my FPS is being recorded there at 65 frames per second, but that's because we're just in this view. And the same outside, 65 FPS, but I think because for some reason we have no scenery underneath us, let's go out, like 80 frames a second. Almost 100. and the same, 90 odd. So something is wrong here. The scenery is not loaded in, which is weird because it normally does. It doesn't normally have a problem. Strange. And I really don't want to do that reload scenery, because the reload scenery will it crash everything. Well, I'll tell you what I'll do. So we've saved at this point, okay? So let's reload the scenery, see what happens. If it crashes the aircraft, I can reload. Nope. It's really weird. Mm-hmm. Hmm. Well, it's really bugged out now, isn't it? see if we can. Well, it's truly and utterly wigged out, but as I say, it is a beta, so not an awful lot we can do about that. No, it's gone. I'm gonna have to cancel this. Yeah, everything's gone, isn't it? The funny thing is it's still flying, although not very well. But that's it. I'll have to write a bug report now and tell them that for some bizarre reason I'm just gone completely nutty. Oh, sorry about this. So, but as I said constantly, it is a beta, so we've got to report these bugs and hopefully they'll sort themselves out. So we'll see you all soon. Take care. Try to do another flight in the week sometime. Okay? Bye.